90% of everything we consume reaches us by sea. The global maritime industry is the invisible backbone of the world economy, maintaining a constant flow of physical goods across every time zone. To maintain that momentum, the industry relies on massive volumes of low-grade fossil fuels. This makes shipping one of the world's most significant polluters and a primary target for international carbon intervention. Transitioning a century of maritime infrastructure to green energy is a massive systems engineering problem. It involves more than just swapping an engine. It requires rethinking the physical and digital architecture of global logistics. We cannot simply unplug the global supply chain to perform an upgrade. Surviving the next decade requires a total operational redesign that allows the industry to evolve while in constant motion. The International Maritime Organization has already set the clock. This regulatory roadmap mandates a 40% reduction in carbon intensity by 2030, with a hard requirement for the entire industry to reach net zero by 2050. Early attempts to meet these deadlines focused on finding a single technological fix. Shipping companies invested in isolated pilot programs for new sails or engine filters, but these silo technologies haven't been able to scale under the pressure of the upcoming mandates. By the milestone year of 2026, the industry is forcing a strategic shift. Major operators are moving away from buying one-off hardware solutions and toward a more integrated approach. To comply with the IMO mandate without breaking the supply chain, companies must now orchestrate 3 separate strategic pillars into a single synchronized operation. The first pillar is physical decarbonization. This involves transitioning the fleet to zero-emission chemical energy, specifically green ammonia and methanol. This hardware transition is incredibly expensive. Retrofitting a single legacy vessel to safely handle these new fuels can cost up to $6 million. These alternative fuels are also highly volatile and carry a significant price premium over diesel. This means a ship cannot be operated the same way it was in the era of cheap, stable fossil fuels. Clean fuels are a financial and operational liability without a sophisticated system to manage them. The physical hardware upgrade requires a digital brain to remain viable. This has led to the double D trend, the mandatory pairing of decarbonization with digitalization. Sophisticated software is now the only way to manage the high costs and sensitivities of green fuels. The 2026 Smart Port relies on a private 5G backbone. This allows AI systems to coordinate berth scheduling and just-in-time arrivals, ensuring ships don't waste expensive green fuel idling outside a harbor. However, turning ships into hyper-connected data centers creates a new set of risks. Every connected sensor and valve becomes a potential entry point for high-impact cyber attacks targeting the ship's physical operations. Digitalization makes green fuels economically possible, but it also creates a fragile IT ecosystem. Managing this risk requires a level of technical oversight the industry has never needed before. This creates a critical bottleneck. The industry is deploying volatile fuels and complex AI systems, but the human operators responsible for them are often left behind. We are facing a massive educational and demographic gap. Over 80% of the maritime sector currently lacks the training to manage digital systems, and we are on track for a shortage of nearly 90,000 certified officers by 2026. Without a massive investment in upskilling, the risk of catastrophic operational accidents increases. Advanced AI platforms and volatile fuels are only as safe as the crews who oversee them. These 3 pillars, decarbonization, digitalization, and the human element, are interlocking gears of a single strategic machine. Attempting to optimize for only 1 or 2 areas causes systemic friction. The only way to move the industry forward is to align all 3 within a unified framework, the Green Digital Shipping Corridor. Maritime leaders are now using these corridors as controlled, closed-loop test environments. It allows them to synchronize these 3 variables and identify conflicts before they impact the global supply chain. The Green Digital Shipping Corridor is a fully integrated ecosystem designed to prove these systems work in tandem. This value chain map shows how a corridor functions. It links an offshore data center, the brain, with a smart port and a green fleet to ensure every operational decision is backed by real-time data. These aren't just concepts. Real-world corridors, like the Liverpool-Belfast model, are already serving as active testbeds for the 2026 revolution, trialing everything from e-methanol to commercial shore power. The corridor acts as an incubator. It provides the proof that clean fuel bunkering, AI-driven logistics, and certified human crews can operate together seamlessly before the model is expanded globally. The final stage of the strategy is scaling these micro-corridors into a connected network of verified green routes. As this execution pyramid shows, the true differentiator in the coming years will be operational execution. The technology for a sustainable fleet exists, and the regulatory mandates are already in force. To survive 2026, the industry must master the art of synchronized strategic execution.